Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. We are starting the live stream. And just finishing up a couple things and we're gonna talk about stuff, guys. Mhm. Mhm. Cool. Alright, that's one thing is done, guys. Sorry once again. Please let me share this live a couple times. And then we are good to go. Cool. Cool. Yo, what's going on, Jennifer? What's going on, Dino? Let me share some links. Let me share some links. Let me share some links. Links is shared. Alrighty, guys. I'm almost with you. Let me just live now. Cool, cool, cool. What's going on? Nobody's really in the chat. Oh, you know what? People are in the chat, but my phone doesn't show it. It's kind of great. Huh. Sorry, guys. Now I also noticed I don't see the messages for some reason. So let me update this somehow. Or otherwise, whatever. I have comments here on my phone. What's up, Sonny Gay? Why I don't see the chat all of a sudden? But all right. What's going on, guys? So just came back from Kings of the Table. Somehow this is stressing me out that I don't see the chat on my computer. Live chat. What's going on? Kind of want to talk to you. Kind of want to see the messages, but my phone is distracting me over here a little bit. Let me see if I can get us on another browser. While I'm struggling mentally and autistically, guys, maybe y'all talk to me. Let me know what's going on in you guys' life. Jennifer, how was your king of the table? Oh hell yeah. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I transferred myself onto so not Safari, Google Chrome. Anyway, guys, now they need to hear from you. Now I'm back into zoomed in into myself. But Jennifer, if you want to talk to me about your weekend, you can let me know. Even though I have an idea, how was your weekend? Because I was there with you, and whoever was not with us, you guys missed a lot of stuff. So aerodynamic you are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like after seeing all those big dudes on the big stage, you come home a little depressed. You're like out there throwing yourself into avatar and like making your decisions, writing your programs, adjusting your diet, talking to your kids, whatever you are, whatever you deal with. But it's funny. I was reading a post today from Pedro. Um, is Pedro's last name Rodriguez? I don't wanna mess it up. Yeah, Pedro Rodriguez. Sorry, Pedro. But Pedro made amazing post today. It wasn't today actually, but he said, so am I the only one who gets a little depressed after a big tournament? First, I was in Atlantic City battling with monsters on the big stage. Saturday, I was on the biggest stage in the world coordinating video with my boys. And on Sunday, I was at my job, right? And then it gets a little depressive. So, yeah, I get it. I get it. I've been there. So, I mean, I'm there right now. Like, obviously, whenever you come home, like, it's harder to adjust, right? Because you get so much hype. You're there around your people. And I remember I've been there many times to where, man, like this weekend was life changing for arm wrestling for all of us, right? Like what you feel inside when you're at the big arm wrestling tournament, right? Like the hype that you get, like the motivation, right? And then you go back to your regular life to where like nobody cares about what's in your chest. Nobody. Like, yo, pass me that 10 millimeter. You know what I mean? Like zero care for how many crazy emotions are on your chest, right? How much you're like ready to do stuff and like ready to do stuff doesn't really go with, your work environment, right? Or whatever the hell. So, and if you're one of this person like Pedro and I'm there, on a bigger scale, on the lesser scale here and there, um, I always ask myself, what will Travis do? Because Travis is a fool Friday to Sunday and then Monday to Friday. You know what I mean? Like I think it's all the same. So that's my, like, how can I keep this hype and transfer it onto other people throughout the next week, right? That's what I also try to do. But all right, besides that, let's talk about King of the Table, guys. Let's talk about the whole weekend. Um, that's always kind of looking forward to it here for the matches to refresher for result. But I was there, so we can talk about many things because a lot of things happened, right? It was a lot of fun. I've met a lot of people. Um, so I came there Friday, and I just come there to hang out, guys. Right? It's sorry, I may be like will be repeating a couple of stories, but that's just interesting. So get there Friday. Roman wanted to come with me for the trip. You guys seen Roman on my channel. He is working out. He's an amazing kid. So he wanted to come with me. So we tagged along with each other and took him to Orlando with me. And after that, we flew to Atlantic City, which important to notice. Like, I guess not many, actually, from everybody I've talked to and who was at the airport. I mean, there was like, I don't know, over 1,000 people, and like there were like maybe 5 people at Atlantic City Airport. For those who doesn't know, Daniel Schwartz talking to you, buddy. There's Atlantic City Airport, 20 minutes from Bally's. So awesome. It was amazing little flight for us. So like it kind of was meant to be. So anyway, doing our check-ins, waiting in, walking around being a fool. I actually if you guys know Damon, my buddy that I hang out with, Damon is in charge for marketing for Nine Line Apparel. Me and Damon got me in to be an ambassador for Nine Line Apparel. So now you can guys go to nineline.com, ninelineapparel.com website, and I'm pretty sure you can use my code. We're still working on that, but the reason I'm saying that, so with that collaboration happening, right, and me become part of Nine Line, I also got to have a media pass to get closer during the show. So I got my way in, you know what I mean? Which was awesome. If anybody have known me or traveled me before, how much I used to like film everything and show it off, and people will not always understand that like not everything really should be on YouTube. You know what I mean? Some stuff like is there for TV, but they still wanted to see like my version of things, Alex's opera version of things, right? Whatever like it was back in the days. But it's funny that I remember I used to get so butthurt, so like in my feelings about self-righteous how will not people give me and like special treatment if I want to help them out, right? And what I'm referring to, I'll often go to these big tournaments and I'll ask them if I can help them or like try to kind of get my way in to get some footage that eventually will help me and them. And a lot of time, like it will help them, but being in that position, you always kind of look as a person that's like, oh, you're not really part of the team, so like we don't really know if you're taking advantage of us, so it's gonna be a no, right? And then eventually over years, like if somebody have gave him the access or I have collected certain things or whatever, it always worked out for the other person, right? It's always been like, oh man, we paid so and so, we don't have anything. Oh, Arden was filming. Hey, do you have this footage? Do you have this? Like, and I most likely have some, right? And I guess another thing, like my reputation really stayed with me that way. I mean, even though as far as their reputation goes, it is that way, right? You can trust me with the whole filming and media for your event, and we can talk about how you want to handle this stuff, right? However, it's funny how years later, I finally don't have to bet. I just came there. I was ready to buy my ticket in advance, but I was told I don't have to because I was gonna ticket given by a company, and then now I got a media pass. So it's like, okay, it's like life in the first circle, full circle. Because I remember begging, well, not really begging, but hoping that I can be behind the stage, on the stage, whatever, like different organizations, like try to get like a little recognize me, you know what I mean, what I do and whatever. So, and then awesome that it happened there, and super happy, as you guys can tell. I can't even speak about anything else yet. Just so excited that I got to be on the stage. And you know what? Hold on. There we go. There we go. Boy got his media pass, got his medal, which is it's a very respectable thing if I brought the medal home. I usually don't. I usually don't, especially second place. Uh, I usually will try to find a kid, the cutest little golden girl looking grandma, whoever will wanna keep it in the house and think about that. Usually those are my people. So if you're under the age of 5 and below and 80 plus and up, you are my medal contenders, guys. So stay away from me after the tournament because I'll try to give you some hardware that I don't want to bring home in my luggage. So, all right, got my media pass, talking to people. There's a tournament happening later on a Friday. I'm not participating in it, didn't plan to, making all type of jokes like it's a contender series. Do I look like a contender? Come on. I've been on East versus West. I'm not a contender. I didn't do good, but I contended and competed. All right. I've been there. But but regardless, nothing was wrong with the competition. Just had no intentions. Just competed, all good. However, out of everybody that talked me into competing or even talked to me about competing, right? Because I think the heaviest person besides Matt Mask was Coach Ray. Because uh, Coach Ray didn't talk to me, but he did say like he was like warming up, and I'm like warming up. You competing? And I'm like, oh man, well, like if he would have told me, I guess I would have competed too, just so we can, me and him can have some fun. And I think it's like a respectable thing when you're coming over. So he didn't really care about that too much. You're saying he was warming up, and then Maddie and Sean were like heavily putting me into pulling supers. I need to face Philip Larson and defend Florida and all the crap and whatever. So next thing you know, guys, I'm competing. I'm doing pretty good. Considering a thing, Devon completely abandoned the rules of the tournament and just decided to pull Philip and the one random match on the left hand bracket side, and he pulled, and I guess it took enough of him to where like I think I was the only person to beat up on Philip. I mean clearly because um we were in the final the same day, but Sean was didn't look too bad, but not end up still losing to Big Philip. But anyway, that's how I end up competing in supers. Not that it's all shocking. Like I do it all the time. Like not all, but there are different reasons. I'll come to different places. I'll compete in either supers or whatever. So that's not that new. But there was once again being a fool, and man, ended up. That's the I guess the funniest part about this whole subject, right? How I came there to have fun. I came there to enjoy myself. I don't want to no botherments, right? Like maybe content, just make sure I have some B-roll here and there, like nothing too crazy. As soon as I'm there competing and I have to compete the second day and I'm in the finals, ooh, your boy didn't have any fun. Your boy was out there. I need to. Well, I went to bed late still, like we party. It's not that crazy for me. However, I'm there making sure I'm sleeping in. I'm making sure I'm having a little bit of breakfast. I'm making sure like everything aligns until that 11:30 whenever we're supposed to compete. I'm like, man, if nothing crazy changed, but however, my mental state was like, man, I can't wait for this to be over. I can't wait for this to be over. While before that, my mental state will be like, hell yeah, show at 1 o'clock, let's go crazy. So That's what the mental state does to you when you're ready to compete and you really don't want to lose and your ego will get to you. But yeah, so next day competed with Philip in the finals, lost to him as a finalist goes. So he then came back from the B side, beat me twice. So that was my little hope for the weekend and my little I don't even know what to call it, my little couple minutes of fame because the crowd was big, and that was the problem, right? Like losing, winning day before in the small room was cool, right? That doesn't matter. Then you're out there in the room of all the people, just thousands of people looking at you. I'm like, man. I'm not gonna tell you though. I have to watch the live stream. I'm pretty sure I was funny. Like the post interview, I forgot what I was saying, but man, all I hear is giggles in the front. So I agree. You guys, for the most part, fucking boring as shit. All of you arm wrestlers. So I'm out there making crowd laugh after losing to Big Philip in 3 seconds. Talent is what I have. and humbleness. All right, guys, man, that my snail snailing today. Look at my skin glowing, pockets light, garage light. Life is good though. Was this pre-recorded? No, sir. I'm just autistically going in, right? I haven't like checked the comments or nothing. So what's going on, sir? I think I'm gonna talk about stuff, how it all went down, then I'm gonna look at the tab over here, right? And oh, can I have a goal? Can I have a super chat goal? Oh shit, one super chat goal. That's fine by me. Set a timer, 3 minutes. Hell yeah. I'll grow my hair out. All right, guys. Sorry, there's a super chat goal that you can set. So it's set. All right. Well, took second place in super heavies. Arden, when will start winning, man? I don't know, man. I guess when I stopped challenging myself, I could have won 2 weekends ago, right? I could have been. I didn't want to go to Tennessee because I knew the shit show with the payouts. I kind of knew it's not going to be a great time. I knew Florida State will be so much more funner time, right? It will be so much cooler. But your boy wanted the challenge. Your boy wanted to make sure he has that loss. So I drove to Tennessee. Cool have won. Cool have won in Florida. Cool came back home with the first place trophies. All types of shit, right? Like normal stuff. But nah, man. I've been looking for challenges, and challenges do not stop, right? I will win when there's a little tournament with money in it that nobody knows about, and I'll go compete. It's harder to win when you go into the tournaments everybody knows about, and everybody is invitational and strong and coming at you, right? So, I mean, it's been hard to win before too, but now there's even harder. So, all right, before I guess I talk about the card, am I the first person who thought the event was way too long and nowhere near as good as the last US East versus West? Hmm. I think it was longer than your typical King of the Table card, right? For sure, because I think if it started at 1, and I think it ended almost like what, closer to 8, 7 something. Hmm. So yeah, it is a pretty big card. However, I mean, you see the footage. You see the footage from Turkey and Dubai. That auditorium has never sold out. They really never have people like that. I mean, the amount of people that we have in America. Like, I don't like. I may be wrong. Like, and obviously there's a crowd, but if if somebody wants to correct me, but I don't think Dubai or East versus West in Turkey get the same amount of seats, which probably doesn't really. I mean, I don't know if it's a valid subject, but I feel like when you have all the seats, you can make the card bigger, and that results in what it is. I don't think it was long. Um, I think East versus West and Core Sport card. I think like you might be right about this one, but I think they all flop one after another. I think this card, um, what I mean, the results of it did not go as interesting, right? And yeah, like you probably will forget about some of the matches for sure, for sure. And I think there's some East versus Wests where you just go crazy looking at that thing, right? Like, and you remember the results and how it went down, and you kind of the hype of the day. So I think it's just a flip floppity of the events, and yeah, I don't know if this one was too long. Was it as hot as the East vs West in Orlando? It was not. And me and Nadine, Damon's wife, we're talking about it, where she said you cannot compare those two. Like those were two different things on two different levels, on two different. I mean, kind of the same, but man, it was everything was different, right? Like it's not to say that King of the Table was bad. It was awesome, but it's two different events for sure. Like how East West in Orlando was like, and how this was like. It's two huge events of its own. Not comparable. Nothing can be compared to Orlando. Like just the people and the energy and the craziness and the hormones in the air. Like it was, whew. Yeah, it's harder to compare. But you know what? There's a good comment. Next, East vs West will be in Tbilisi. Georgia will be full. Guys, let me tell you something. Because if you watched King of the Table, you have no idea. If you just watched it online, and if Jennifer being there, or was there with me, will agree with me. One crazy thing about filling up the room, you had no idea how much that room was full of Georgians. Just Georgians that came there to watch Levan. I mean, there's a crowd. It's a crowd. I mean, let's just say, I mean, there was a lot of sittings. So, but let's just say there was legit like 800 to 1,000 people, right? Like, let's just say, like, for sure, like, how was it all that, right? Like, it was, let's say 1,000 people were there for sure. Like, if I were to guess compared to Orlando, right? And yeah, yeah, and yeah, probably half of it. You cannot tell because Georgians they look like Georgians, but a lot of them they live in America. It's all the same white people, right? You can't really tell unless they're there with the flag. A lot of them were with the flag, and by the time Levan won or Levan was competing, and everybody were I don't even know, chanting, singing, saying some phrases. One person yells one thing, another, but the rest of them yell the rest. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know the chants. I don't know the procedure. I don't know what follows, but I can hear one guy yells one thing. The rest of the crowd were like just went insane. And then when he won, and everybody's singing up the flags. Must have been like yeah. If I'm saying there's 1,000 people in there, I bet you 400 to 500 were Georgians. So I'm wrestling like soccer in Georgia. But I can. Is it though? Is it? I'm not sure. There's. Um, I don't know. Can't tell. Maybe I'll go to Tbilisi and find out. But we do know that Georgians are passionate about the arm wrestling, right? I think my first loss ever, my first international loss was to a Georgian kid at my first Arnold's in 2014, 2015. Forget the name, but him and him and Valiko end up pulling Valiko Farajov from Kazakhstan. Valiko ended up winning all of that, but man, that was brutal. And then you know what? I can never escape Georgians. Then the next time I mean, obviously, I mean, then I got to compete with a bunch of different people here and there, but then I go years later, go to Dubai to compete in King of the Table, and the only person that beats me there is also Valika. Vali Ichkidze, who now being an East versus West, but he beat me A side, then he beat me B side. So yeah, maybe it is soccer is like arm wrestling in Georgia, but I don't know. Are you going to Tbilisi? I have no plans. As far as my financial situation right now, guys, not that y'all need to know about financial situation, but it's not a it's not as fun as it was like maybe like a month ago, but I think a lot of people are a little bit slow. So I'm not even entertaining going for fun. But however, I'm gonna have to see the tickets to be honest, and see what's going on. Like if it's something doable, sure. If it's something that requires, they're selling your kidneys and shit, like no. Like if out of Florida I can find a decent flight that somewhat direct, and it's affordable, sure, why not? I mean, love Georgia. I mean, never been there, but I love the idea of Georgia. I would love to go to Tbilisi and a couple of other places. I have a bunch of my friends now from Russia are now in Georgia, either like living or vacationing. So I do not what am I trying to say? I will not be opposed if I will have an opportunity to go. I would like to go for sure. All right, guys. So let's talk about the matches and let's talk about. I mean, where we at? What was the card? I think that, I mean, I don't know if it was long necessarily. It's just like, are they interesting or not? Because I've watched a lot of cards and there's every card has a match. I'll go and it's my time to roll something, right? It's my time to go figure out food. It's my time to go do something else. So I don't know if they definitely can be long for sure. Definitely a criteria, but I just think is the match interesting for you personally? Because I think some of the matches are just not as interesting for some people. So, how often do I go to practice? I practice at least once a week. Team Jacksonville practices every Thursday for the past 20 years, 26 years. And so I'll try to go there every Thursday and hopefully usually I have a little session before and I do that on a Thursday. So on average two. Sometimes I can just keep depends. I mean, my elbows are human, guys. They're part of the human body, so if they're fragile, a little fragile in there, right? I can't. I will keep a practice for sure. Like I'm not a robot that I always portray myself to be how I practice 10 times a week. So I'll skip here and there, but on average, one, two, for sure, for sure. Let's talk about how Auden will smash you. He will not. So we're gonna talk about the card. Meh. Shoot me a super chat. I'll talk about it. Okay, so the card. The card started awesome. I missed the match. I missed the first match between Kevin and Joseph, the first round. Then I watched the match, dude, and a lot of people enjoyed it. It was interesting because the way everybody talked about the match on Facebook and internet was terrible. Was terrible. Every little interview or whatever I seen, people are like, well, if you don't know how to get on the king of the table, ask this too, because they made it there. What the fuck does it mean? Can we congratulate the two that they made it on the card? They're like, well, I don't know who they are, how they make it there, but like, this is terrible. So, considering like I've seen all that on the internet, and how many people will tell you like, the top three matches, that was one you can hear a lot. Like Kevin and Joseph went a little bit back and forth. There was a change of technique. There was change of rounds. It was awesome. Joseph looked a little stronger, more dominant, and ended up winning the match. So, but man, that match was brutal. Even now looking at the score, it's 4-1, but man, it was a little closer. Like Kevin was able to get a top roll, so Kevin was getting some ways to get his win properly, but could not. I don't know, the power overall is not there to like go with specific style or just, um mm, don't know yet how to do certain things, right? Because it's something usually when you are able to find a lane, but you're not able to finish, there's more mistakes and arm wrestling gets really, really tiny on that thing. So like, man, if you just your finger was half an inch there, maybe sort of right. But sometimes you find one way, but you don't have enough in you to proceed. So, but now that Kevin knows, I don't know if the guys met before, he maybe know better way to go at it, and maybe even maybe even attempt to pull a top roll because I don't know if Kevin is mostly hooking. I will assume so, but maybe, and I don't know how much attention he pays to top roll or pronation in general. But considering he was geeking that, maybe it will motivate him to to maybe focus more on that right now too. So probably a great experience for obviously for both of them, but it's for learning for Kevin as well. All right, Lachlan Adair versus Lars Robertson. Lachlan won 4-0 for one. Uh, and man, that match was also close. And I also like the way actually Lars was looking and came back. I think he got his win like round two, round three. Like, oh, guys, let me tell you something. Hold on, this will make a pretty good clip actually. And I think the score is 2-0 for Lackland. And all you hear is Michael Todd and Lars talking about the decision about the third match and how Michael hypes him up. And all you hear from Michael is saying, "Go crazy like you're gonna break your arm." Or like something like that. Or like break it. Just break your arm. That was Michael Todd's suggestion. And guess what? It's like the scariest suggestion you could probably receive or hear, especially from Michael Todd, person who broke the arm. Uh, Lars wins the next match so crazy and confidently and crying, not crying, screaming. Um, yeah, I think he was ready to break his shit, and man, Michael's Michael's suggestion definitely worked. It was insane to watch, like how it worked out. It worked out. It was the craziest suggestion to give somebody, but it worked. So and man, I think Lars looked good. I guess Lachlan overall just had it all together and won the whole thing. I kind of missed the ending of it almost. I kind of thought Lars was gonna come back, but man, good to see Lachlan win because I think the match was hard for both of them. It was definitely a close match. Now, Tobias Sporting and Cory West. That was an interesting match to watch too because Tobias came very prepared, very fast. He was beating Cory fairly easy at the moment that he was. Um, a lot of that for sure was had to be with the starts. Like there was match number three because obviously when Cory like tried to get more in it and protect himself more, like he was getting the wins on Tobias. But looking at some wins, they were like really either one of the guys was moving a little bit first, I think for sure. So I think power for power, obviously, I mean you saw it. I think Cory Cory probably a little bit better power wise, but man, like and this I guess it's hard to say because Tobias is the winner, but like seeing when the match slowed down and stopped and how it really went for Cory, uh, just goes to show you, I mean, how scary Tobias is. That his timing was awesome, power was good, couldn't match exactly the everything proper, but man, I mean, don't know about the false starts or not. Hard to gauge from the crowd, but I mean, if there were, it's bad. But I mean, shit, the speed is there, power is there. So, in congratulations to the bias overall. That also was not an easy match. Marcio Barboza and Matt Mask. That match was pretty easy. I didn't even know if that the Barbora won Barbora. So Marcio Barboza. You don't know that Marcio won one, but yeah, Matt looked pretty dominant. Like right, very of the go. Marcio was ended up in a very crazy f- like wrist opening position, right? Like Matt was so aggressively vertical. It was like, man, there's probably not really a comeback from that. So super dominant, probably really good for Matt. I bet you they met before in the past and was close, close there. So yeah, great dominant win. Sandris versus Rustam Babayev. Rustam won 4-0. Rustam was dominant. And this is the crazy part. I warmed up with Sandris. He asked me to hold him with both arms. And it's hard to hold somebody with both arms when they're actually going. Like, like you can do it at practice or whatever, like you can kind of do some stuff, but like when somebody's going hard and it's not like for it's and it's in different style. I had to like wrap my left leg around the table because I was not really stopping it, and after I grounded myself with the leg, and I'm there like this, I'm stopping Sanders a little bit, but like it's so close for not being stopped. I'm like, yo, this is a lot. Rustam is in deep trouble, right? Then Rustam goes there and kind of wins fairly. I mean, dominantly in a dominant fashion. That 4-0 was right. It was also like hard to watch. Here's the thing, guys. If you're my friend, and if you're losing a little bit too smoothly, it's hard for me to watch the whole thing. I'm gonna watch the first one, give you hope in the second one. If she looks smooth, I'm out. Right. So, um, she looks too smooth for Rustam, I think. So you don't watch it completely, but yeah, just from what I've seen, Rustam's so dominant. And this is the craziest part. Paul Lynn and Krasimir. Paul did to me the same thing. I warmed up with Paul, both arms. Same thing, we get the same thing. I wrap myself around the table. Could not stop Paul with both arms and wrapping myself around the table. I'm doing this. He pins both of my thing, both of my whole my body with one of his arms, which a little bit disrespectful to be at my level of experience in this, I think. So that's one. That two, sorry, I'm actually still in shock because I really didn't like that. Dude literally was taking me and bumping me on the and I wasn't doing this to Sandris, and Paul was trying to make me feel better. He's like, "Yeah, man, sorry, I can't do the slow stuff. I have to go." Dude, I don't give a fuck if you had to go. I don't care how fast and powerful you're going. I should be stopping you. Like I should be able to. I should be wrapping my leg around, stop myself, and my body should not move. I understand, in a way, it is harder to hold somebody with both arms because you don't get to plant your whole body exactly. But like, dude, shit was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. And I understand what Paul was trying to say. Like, he can't like slow it and do it in surges. It had to be one thing. But his one specific surge was insane. So with that being said, considering how Sandris and Rustam went, and considering Krasimir beat Paul, I can't even imagine how much Rustam have of an arm right now and how much of an arm Krasimir have right now. That's insane numbers, not numbers, feelings. I wish it was numbers. I wish I could tell you Paul was 123 pounds strong. Paul was beating my whole body with two arms strong. No, Paul never took me a day, shaved my head, fasted. It destroyed my whole mentality. I now don't even know what to do with my life after that experience. So thank you, Paul. Um, Gabor bought a Ducat and Dave Chaffee. Dave Chaffee wins 4-0. Very nice and comfortably in great shape. Guys, Dave is a beast. I've been kind of not. I've been seeing a lot more of Dave. I think he's killing it in social media. He's one of the only arm wrestlers who's on threads, posting on threads pretty often. So if you kind of want to see more of Dave Chaffee, go on threads. He has an account. There's like a lot of stuff on there, surprisingly. So, and now looking good. Obviously, I think we all had Dave as a favorite for this match, but still, we've seen Dave not do that great. So Dave looked dominant, looked healthy, looked happy, right? That's one of the things too. I guess people can notice. So yeah, excited for Dave. Hopefully, we'll see him, you know, on onto different matches and climbing again, right? Like I think Devon changed a few things for him, right? Devon was saying how Dave is not a champion, Dave is not this, not that, and kind of almost, what's up, Mindy? And kind of almost maybe like spoke too much truth into that, right? So now like Dave is out there almost, facing newer people, right? Even though Gabor is a world champion, man. Yeah, I think hopefully Dave is back on his climb. I mean, I know it's funny for me to say that, but Y'all understand. I'm reading the comments from you guys. So yeah, good for Dave. Good match. Now, now. Let's talk. And we got the GOAT here to talk about everything, right? We got Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw. So, guys, that match was that match was hot. That match was interesting. That match was like that. That's probably. Hmm, man, I guess I really, I was hoping for Paul. Like Paul is my dude. I will always want to watch Paul's match. But really, I mean, I guess that you know, really came there to support anything super heavy besides that. And considering what was the most entertaining from everything, like, dude, this is the match. Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw was insane. Um, as far as the entertainment of it, and big shout out to Eddie for all of it. Like Eddie's humor, his wit more than anything. Like that, what and how he said it to the ref, to the opponent, to Devon, to everything. Like all his communications were like top notch. Like I almost want to see. I guess I'd like to see a really, really washed up Travis Bajan and Eddie Hall, or really, really like strong Eddie Hall and Travis Bajan in good shape, so we can. So there's an actual battle and there's talk, right? Because I think that could be one of the most funniest matches out there, right? Because I'm telling you, Eddie did amazing job, and talking to Don afterwards, and Don kind of opened it up for me more how like Eddie is amazing. You can put him in many different situations and he will sell it, right? Don't matter what it is. And he was like it did not look cringy. It did not look I don't know weird, weak, odd out of the place. A lot those matches are like they're like meant for that. Like it's for you to like maybe lose your mind, maybe lose your interest in a lot of things, right? But like, dude, Eddie did amazing job keeping it entertaining and comments and all of that. So and also the match was fairly close too. Like the guys just knew enough and you knew enough, I guess, knew enough and not enough to not to hurt himself and to finish the match and to fight during the match and to make it actually somewhat close. So very excited. It was super awesome to watch. It was one of the only matches you kind of wanted to keep watching. So build up to that was awesome. Like I think if you can consider the rest of the build up to that, oh man, like amazing. Like I don't know in what category, in what order you should put a really fun match because you don't really know, but right, like people are now people are now people watch the whole card and now leaving comments how it was too long for them or boring, right? The goal is to have the card that's three times as long, right? Which we've seen cards kind of longer, right? But I think the goal is to have a long card, but to where it's so from beginning to the end is there's finish in one breath, right? To where like, oh wow, that was awesome, right? And usually that can happen by some matches being faster, some matches being fun, some matches being close, right? Like in the combination of all the things in order, you get your emotional hype up, down, event is over, that's it. You already talk about stuff. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure in what order should you have all those matches because people found it pretty boring. And I think there's a difference between that match and the last match, right? So Eddie and Brian, that's my finish talking about that. The match was 4-2. And then we're moving on to the main event, the main match, Levan Siganishvili and Jerry Kadaret, which match obviously was not as fun as AD and Brian, so I think there was like contrast. But man, Levan was dominant. Levan was smart, uh, adjusting, creeping lower, being dominant. Just crazy, right? So if it's Jerry, seeing Jerry there earlier, I think it was already concerned on the area list for me because I think Jerry was a lot. I know a lot. I mean, I know a lot on that body weight, but I've heard he did lose like 30 pounds to like get more, I guess, more tighter than shape. But however, like kind of look, he was definitely a little bit smaller, Jerry, which I agree with people, and with his opinion too, like that it it matters, it can get you in a better shape, right? The weight doesn't necessarily mean that you have all the power, right? So, however, of the rape, right? Like that gave you an illusion that maybe Jerry is not ready for sure, and the match. I don't know if the match showed that Jerry is not ready. I mean, clearly, right? However, I think Levan is just so insane. So don't want to rob Peter to pay Paul, but I think Jerry could have been bigger, and I think and Levan is just as dominant, right? Strong, crazy, strong, big, nice. He's stable smart, right? Because um that ability to do just enough changes, right? And I mean, fuck. Um, we've talked about this before. We talked about all the Levan's problem, right? Like how he can get under breath, how a lot of things can happen, the endurance, maybe he's not that technical, and my man is crazy strong and also crazy improved, right? It's- with the benefit of the doubt that like those 30 pounds off Jerry make him be in a better shape than he was for Alex. It's just hard for us to tell because what and how Levan beat him. Maybe Jerry was in his best shape ever, right? And however, Levan came up so strong to where none of them matter, right? It doesn't matter the endurance, doesn't matter the lungs capacity and all that, right? You beat somebody so dominantly and so fast, like you never get in those problems, right? And I mean, but it takes time to get there, it takes work to get there, and clearly Levan did that work. Levan's walkout was so cool, dude. Me and Don talked about the walkout, and you're looking at those blue and red lights, right? Like the walkout scene, and LeBron's walkout was scariest, right? Like he was standing there, the red light, and I guess the thing is, so the cameraman controls your pace, right? You're following the camera. So the camera guy walks a certain pace, you're following him, right? Not LeBron. Once LeBron is there, and he's ready and he's competing, he's gone, right? Like he's walking that pace with the natural like aggression, right? Like exactly. Like he just if the cameraman is there, he just runs him over, right? He is ready, right? Like it's not like I don't know what it will take to like turn a little bit of that off and like be more professional about this production shit. Like maybe you can do it, right? Like once he's set, and that's what makes him a champion. So it's pretty crazy. So yeah, so that's the event, guys. That's the matches. Everything went crazy. We all got to watch the introduction for the East versus West Tbilisi in Georgia. So great, great times. I'm gonna go back, look at the comments, come a little bit more, see what Mindy said earlier. Um, seeing what's going on. All right, guys, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and read some. What's up, dudes? Yeah, so I go back to the comment where how many Georgians were in the building, and Jennifer said when they all stood up with the flags, oh my God, chanting. Yeah, like there was a guy in a full, I will say, traditional Georgian outfit. I'm not quite sure what's proper way to explain it. But yeah, the guy was dressed awesome and had like I don't know, his pole was, dude, it's gotta be a 10-foot pole. 10-foot pole and a huge flag. He was slowly waving. I thought the guys are part of the production, everything. But dude, it was just, it's all Georgian fans. Everybody's there with a little flag, big flag, just amazing. If y'all want to, I mean, I don't know what you can hear on the live stream or not, but I watched post interview today, with Devin post interview Levan. Well, Levan, I think Devin walks off, and after that they just yell at Levan, cheering for him, and he just kind of standing there, rubbing his ear, like, okay, this is cool. Like, there was so many people like following him everywhere. It's amazing. It's amazing. Also, seeing pictures today, there were so many Georgian arm wrestlers like that live in the US that all made sure to come and pay their respects. That's pretty neat. Like there was a lot of Georgians who were like, I guess you see them in the area of New York and Pennsylvania, but like all of them who you may not even have seen in some while in arm wrestling scene, everybody was there. So if you're like Georgian arm wrestler in America, you kind of had to be there, and you most likely was there, right? So if you're one of those that wasn't there, man, you fucking up, man. Kamajoba. Um, the Stook Big Jotris. Great job, Ari. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Good job on the KOT tournament. Thank you, sir. Lars is on the struggle streak. Hey, that struggle streak, we all knew that they're not live, right? So it's all good. I'm on one. I went from a super match streak to now tournament streak. I did. You know what? I did win the tournament left-handed 2 weeks ago. That was bad. That was bad. I won Ottawa. I won Ottawa Open, but I think it's more I got lucky more than anything. Competition was not there besides Victor. Will you and Travis be at East versus West 16? Well, like I said earlier, for me, I think it's more of a passion question, and if I can afford to go and it's not that hard to go, I will. I'm not an employee of anything, so I'm not invited to go there. But I bet you Travis is, so I bet you Travis is going to be there for sure, depending on how things works out. But I don't think he's in any bad list with all the changes in the system, like Robert Baxter coming in, right? Like I think some stuff changed, but I'm pretty sure Travis should be there. Poland pulled Artem's whole body and both arms were stable 2024. He pulled me into 2025. Seeing that happen live was wild. You were getting ragdolled. Hey, 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 hey. Nobody was there. Relax, sire. I don't even know you like that. Grow some hair, you're all eyebrows. Well, dude, I have a super chat goal. If somebody pays that one super chat, I'll grow my hair out. It's so funny. It's so funny. We're here for 50 minutes. Nobody controlled $2. Come on, Benji. What? Benji, if we are on Travis's podcast, you will throw $6 by now worth of hi Travis, uh yo 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 yo, and something else. And here we are, I'm here struggling. I can't even afford tickets to Tbilisi. Nobody can send me one super chat. Come on, guys. Benji saying, your Artem just got done taking out of the copyrights from Travis's Georgian live stream footage. It's back up. You guys, you guys ruined Travis's channel too with the live stream? Come on, man. You know I get the monetization for the channel now, right? So now I'm getting no money? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. What did Mindy say after his hello? Is he escaped? Is he still here? Hi Minda, hi Benji. Sorry, you and Brian did great. And Andy fucking Ben Beckett. What was the experience of a lifetime? Thank you, Jeremy. It seemed like Eddie could have won if he knew how to slip. Yeah, but you know what? That is right. That one match there was a lot of climbing. Yeah, there definitely could have been something. He was a lot closer than I think most of us anticipated, right? Because the fact that he was there and like navigating that climb more and more. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That could be said for sure. Um, yeah, I think with Brian maybe knowing a little bit less, and with Aiden knowing a little bit more. Yeah, that could have flip-flopped actually for sure. I figured pulling you to smoke him was going to be bad news. Eddie's a better trash talker than that one, dude. Well, sure. I think Devon is just funny. Like I think that Devon is just funny. Devon is a character, right? Like, but or the opposite. I don't know. I don't know. Like I think there's a difference between funniness and wit and I guess kindness, right? Because Devon's humor or approaches sometimes are not funny. However, he's a funny guy for sure. Like he does have sense of humor, right? Just different. However, his ability to read the room and being wit is definitely not as good as Eddie's, right? So I think Devon does uh lacks wittiness, I think, right? Because I think with the wit you'll appear funnier, but they're both funny human beings. The first shot was terrible and Brian full fall before the pin. I think the rest were swept up in energy for sure. Okay. The shit talk from Eddie was great. Yep. There was a lot of people in this live, so you're gonna have to think Jerry will win. Where'd y'all go? Hi there's. Hi Andy. Oh, it's so funny. Usually I'll write hi there's like just to be funny about the word there. But it's funny, Andy says hi there's to the person that's actually his name's theirs. So there goes my humor for the day. Cory has improved a lot. I hope he stays on the track. Yeah, I think did he do better than his previous showing? I know this guy's competing in World Series of Arm Wrestling, so man, this is hard. This is hard to see. New to arm wrestling via Brian by the Super Bowl. Oh hell yeah! I appreciate you being here, Austin. Kevin was an absolute unit. He stuck to his game plan, regardless of the video demonstrating the abyss. Okay, yep. Jerry is super chill dude. We hung out for a while in Afterpool. He's cool. Jerry is cool. Jerry is cool. He always makes a point to ask me how I'm doing, I think, every time I see him. It's almost like, oh, it's like a double question. Hey, what's up? How are you? How you doing? Like, almost like he has like a genuine concern for human beings. So I do appreciate. Hey, thank you, Sarah Brown, for $4.99 super chat. Appreciate your first. Was it first year super chat or what's going on with the first? Let's celebrate the first super chat on the live stream. Hell yeah, Mr. Sire. Grow your hair, brother. Man, it's the process is on, man. We on it. And you Beckett, I appreciate your £2. 2 pounds will get me a probably 2 packs of wagon wheels from Tesco, but you have to go to the hood Tesco. You can't go to regular Tesco because regular Tesco don't sell the wagon wheels. You need to go. You need to go down there, west side of London. Use them 2 pounds. But Sire, I appreciate you, sir. Sire Brown Arm Wrestling. As you can see, my hair is in the process of growing out. I did not lie on my promise on the goal. We are growing hair. This is awesome. So, actually, a little bit of blood flow manipulation. It's gotta grow faster. Will you rematch Mindaugas? Ooh. I mean, yeah, I have no problems. No problems. What's the word? Rematching Mindy. It just has to be. I don't know. That was my one of my last attempts to go down to 187, and I don't want to repeat it again. Like maybe if I master the fact of staying the same size and not like changing my size to go back to the size I really like to be, if I can manage like a Devon Larratt water cut or whatever whatever, like, how Pauline water cuts. Maybe with that, I'll consider it, right? Because I think mainly comes the thing with oh, seen a fine email. Um, even lost my son. So excited for Armwrestling. Maybe something with WL going on, guys. I don't know. There's crazy emails, man. Anyway, so yeah, Mindy comes to the weight class. So I will rematch him if I will find a way to make the weight better, right? And or we just meeting in whatever weight possible, right? But unfortunately, like I don't know the Mindy's weight class is not appealing. Like his actual weight class, the 165 and all that. So like I'm not there anymore really mentally, right? Like and Mindy is a new person for me. You know, Mindy is not like the guy I grew up watching, right? Like if I lost like I don't know, like to Giannis or something, like maybe more excited. Somebody that I grew up watching and like I actually care a lot to lose to, I would love to like, you know, make comeback whatever possible, right? Because there's some guys that have beat me and have quit arm wrestling or whatever. I'm like, man, how did I make it happen again, man? There's a lot more that like actually bothered me. So for sure. But yeah, I guess with the proper time and opportunity, yeah, I don't think Mindy, um, I don't even know what you have to do to me for me to not want to arm wrestle you ever again. You know what I mean? Or not to rematch you. Because even though I have met people, tournament wise, who have beaten me so many times to where I'm like, man, I will never beat that person. And then I end up beating them years later, or it's I'm getting closer, right? Like you figure out a way, right? So I'm like, man, I didn't want to pull them at that time, but now I'm more okay with that, right? So, like, I'm trying to run a parallel when Devin pulled Oleg the first time. He's like, I'm not pulling you again, right? Because it's a little too much. It's not comfortable, so may not be able to do it again. So I had those little moments in the tournaments, but no, I will rematch Mindy with proper circumstances, I guess. Well, I guess just simple, yeah, I will rematch it, right? Camera work was great. Eddie the show versus show match. Eddie and show best match, but as a paid viewer watching live, I had no idea there was a huge crowd in the audience. Atmosphere was lacking. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting to hear. And that so I do wonder. I guess if the crowd was huge, I think as a viewer, it does make my experience a bit better, like to where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm watching something big, or I can hear the audience. I don't know. Yeah, interesting, interesting. That's something for the production to know. Like, feel for the audience. Do we need it? Do we need to show the people? Right? I think you do when there's so many. Right? You needed to show the 200 feet line in Orlando. You needed to show this like what 800 seats in Orlando and 1,500 people trying to sit on those seats. Like, come on, man. Gotta show it all. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Will you be in Tbilisi or are you going to Hardanger Open? Where is Hardanger Open? Is that in, where is it? Swedish, Norway, Finland? Like, that's one of the events, like, I see people go to. So, yeah, considering those are both choices out of my own pocket. So, depends which one is cheaper, because, yeah, I do want to compete in one of those big events Coach Ray goes to, like, the Hardanger, the Italian Cup. They just finished. I seen Alexander Koscielny competing there. Like I kind of want to go to a couple of those events that you see online, but like they're not in your area, obviously. I love Jerry, but he had no chance against Levan. Somebody super chat this guy. I appreciate you, Sylvester. Why the hell is Natalia not getting a match against Levan? He's the only one who actually stands a chance. I don't know. Have Vitaly lost to anybody right-handed? What's the last right-handed outing for Vitaly? I'm pretty sure him and Levan have pulled before, right? They pulled under the top eight. So he actually had his chance for sure. And he definitely can be up there again. I think it depends. Like, see, I'm not sure what Vitaly projection looks like. Is he like undefeated so far, both hands? Yeah, I think he destroyed somebody, right? Like, I know he beat somebody left-handed, but I'm pretty sure the right hand was good for him too. I will throw a super chat, but it's not supported in my region. But let's just imagine a super chat of $50. Don't need to thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Uh, well, hold on. If you book super chat, just go to your settings, change the region to United States, and you can super chat me, brother. Oh wow, that's an interesting comment here too. Hold on, man, I missed it. Oh, and my phone died. Oh, I did not. Kane, I miss you, brother. I already see your comments. Let me say something. What did Kane say? Even Joy Hours is here. Come on, man. Who we got? Who we got? All right, Kane, why are you replying to my practice mate? Oh, you are my practice mate. Kane replied to Joseph Hours, and I don't see Joseph's comment at all. Kane, do you need to tell me something? Or does Joseph Hours need to tell me something? Thank you, Roy Baker, for the nice haircut. What in a skinhead? What prison we got out of? Joseph Hours. The hell? Now I want to see the comment. Joseph, I don't know where Kane lives, but I know where you live. And even though I don't see his comment, Kane been on this channel for long enough to where I trust his opinion. So if he read your comment, I'm gonna. I know where you live, Joseph. So thank you, Kane, for pointing it out. Joseph, I know Kane for longer than I know you. So you telling me I ate like a banana and it's being a hateful comment. I'm gonna find you, Joseph, because I know you're like 10 minutes down the street, man. You're about to scrap behind the dumpster, dog. Better be careful. I always, I always, I don't only take hate comments for people I don't know where to leave and I can't find them. Joseph, let me open the window. Joe, I'm gonna fuck you up, boy. Yeah, it's terrible. But bananas like die overnight, right? Like you leave them on the counter wrong, a couple days. I'm pretty sure I'm more. My skin is glowing, right? I'm don't have no black spots like a banana will. Or well, I guess I'm so smooth, like my eyebrows are like fucking black spots. Oh, diamond's still here. We're good. We're good, man. We're good. Looking smooth, my friend. Appreciate you, Jody Williams. Just trying to be like you. Just trying to be like you, man. I can't say it no more because now my jokes are way too racist and shit. I can't find a balance, man. I can't find a balance. But yeah, Jody, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Plus, you just beat James Ward left-handed. You're kind of looking good out there on the internet, man. I'm sorry Herman still tries to hate you and tag me in your comments, man. I'll make sure he's a better man by the end of the day, man. Appreciate you, Jody. Appreciate you, Kane. What we got? Norway. Yeah. So Norway. What's capital of Norway? Is that Reykjavik? Uh, why am I? Oh, Oslo. Oh, Oslo, right? Capital of Norway. Yeah, Oslo. Okay, yeah. So I can do that. There are tickets from Fort Lauderdale to Oslo by Norse Airways. If I book them now, I don't even have to look. They're probably about $350 for the round trip. So sure, if I could go to Norway for 350 bucks round trip, I think yeah. What date is that though? Arnold Classic is on I think the last day of February or something like that. Where we at? Where we at? I kind of want to do the Arnolds, I guess, too. But I would like to. Is there money on Hamburger Open? But yeah, so technically, like I don't know where I can find a route to Tbilisi, but I know Fort Lauderdale and Oslo, or I think New York and Oslo. It's also a route you can get for like 250 bucks round trip. If anybody needs travel advice, let me know. Why do you cut your hair like like this? Do you like it? Yeah, Kane, when you've been on this channel long enough, I shave my head instead of doing anything. It's my first time in a while. Like I trimmed down the beard because I was just I don't know, was getting a little annoying. But yeah, I usually shave my head. I think for the past month or two, I probably have seen my barber like once and then went to a barber shop once again, right? So that's three for this year total. So, but yeah, I usually just cut it down. I usually just cut it down. Or I usually shave it. Yeah, I think so. Whenever I trim down the beard, and if I completely shave it, I'm gonna shave it because, as you guys can see, my chin is almost it's almost non-existent, right? It's like so. The moment I realize I can grow a beard and it hides it all, like man, I just kind of rocked with it, right? So now I'm mentally scared to shave it because you can see what I'm working with, right? I'm already like a solid three. God forbid I shave this and my face just looks like melted mayo smashed in the ground. I go back to like one and a half to where like if I'm not in my total shoes, then nobody even gonna look at me. So so yeah, I have to keep something. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm looking like an expired white chocolate jello, but it's okay. Once it's gonna get a little darker, the beard. Do I look younger though? I will look younger, I think, with the hair out and no beard. So yeah, I think I can do some Asian tricks. Go lower, go higher. I think the shaved head is the problem. Shaved head gives you shaved head ages up, shaved beard ages down. So more hair, less beard. I can look like I'm 21 again, right? Even though I'm almost turning 30, and all the Botox that I have done on my forehead is now even thinning away. 11's be 11ing. But skincare is good, man. I'm trying. Korean skincare. A little rice stoner in the morning, a little snail mucin after that. I dude, I have to see Joey and be like, the fuck you said I ate like a banana, motherfucker. You pay us for top five. Hell yeah. You're looking like you're from LA. Like LA as a state of Louisiana? Because I am from Denham Springs. Love me a good boudin in the morning. I know I'm saying too many. I'm pronouncing too many letters for me from Denham Springs. Love me boudin and a fried. What was it? Crack. What the fried pork skin? Oh well, Los Angeles. Well, I have no socks on, man. If I put my socks in my toe socks on, I'll look like a fool. Fool. Well, guys, I was expecting a little bit more jokes, I guess, about the look, but I appreciate Kane for saying what he said. Nobody liked it. Well, James Clark, I guess, did laugh at me, so I do appreciate it. Hey, orderly way. Sorry, that's not LA. That's Mexico. So I have too many dialects. I used to work with Cubans, so I'm like, dímelo, I said it. So Cuban there, a little Cubanism there, a little Rican stuff there. So, but yeah, I'm not diverse in the full culture enough. I just know I rocked some white long socks as a teenager because living in Russia, me and my mom were not able to buy anything really, or we live in a small town where it's not even worth buying, right? Like everything looked like a Turkish bazaar. Like, oh, I don't know, like we need real stuff. So the stuff that I will wear will be from the stuff my grandma will send me because my grandma will live here, and like the prices and stuff, it's still cheaper to do things here. So she'll go buy a bunch of stuff at Ross, Marshalls, whatever she could do at the time, maybe Walmart, and like send this all the stuff over to Russia to us. Like I will get like a big like cardboard box like every couple seasons, right? And like we'll love that, right? Because that's our happiness from grandma, a little part of American capitalism. And with that being said, I will wear what she'll send, which will be like mostly uh tidy whities and shit, and really long white socks. I don't know who my grandma was dating at the time and where she got like fashion advices from, but yeah, my life was white socks up to my knee and tidy whities for some reason. Like Jesus, there's no better choice of underwear. And oh man, and well, whatever. I can talk about me trading American snacks for like real food back in Russia another time. But yeah, grandma moved to America. Damn, she knew what's up. Yeah, Ken. Since you're on it, I'll you can have more. You can have more material to troll me down the road. So my grandma is a hustler. My grandma is like definition of entrepreneur hustler, right? 90s, 80s, 90s. Let's talk about 90s, right? 90s, no, in Russia, nobody was getting paid. You get paid in stamps. That in your stamps, you go and you can get allowance of food. Even that, you promise those stamps, right? So there was no money. There was no money in majority of Russia. So the only money were in some parts where the money worked for some reason, right? So being like in St. Petersburg, like Moscow area was nothing there. Depression, stamps, nothing. Soviet Union falling apart. Siberia had money. Siberia had oil. So my grandma jumped on the train or whatever it is. However, she ended up in that small town in Siberia where I'm from, because you have to like couple of planes and drive there. Next thing you know, I mean, grandma got a couple apartments there, right? Because she got there early. She has two daughters. One of them is my mom, right? So had an apartments for them. Kind of had a job. Finally getting paid. You getting real money if you live in Siberia, Russia at the time, right? Or if you're a criminal. Other than that, you have no money. And then, shortly after, she discovered a work and travel program to go to America. And she hop on a work and travel program, which usually they hook you up as a little job. Back in the days, mostly all those immigrants would go and work in housekeeping and steal, right? Housekeeping job. There's a couple other like the first job you get as an American immigrant, as a, I guess yeah, American immigrant. So anyway, she works as a housekeeper, gets a little bit of money. Um, Shortly realizes as she lives there, or she was here, like in Florida, she's like, oh, I'm not fucking going back there. Like I'm not going to Siberia at all. Like there's no like she she moved to a very small town, like where she got my mom and sister apartments. Super small town. I grew up there. I can walk back and forth in like 30 minutes, right? I know everybody's super. So she established herself there. But as soon as she realized like how much better life in America was at that time, and still, oh yeah, she's like, I'm not coming back. So she overstayed her visa, eventually like found herself a boyfriend and husband, and they end up both getting legalized and eventually bringing us over here, right? So, but grandma always been onto something, right? Like no money in the big city. Okay, we're gonna go to the small city with the money and do some stuff there. When there, from there, like, oh, cool, we can do work and travel and go to America. Let's go to America. Oh, well, I don't want to go back. So, and now that we're all here. So yeah, shout out to Grandma. Grandma had enough of this in 2020 during the COVID times and sold the house, took her husband, built a beautiful house in Kaliningrad, Russia, which is enclave of Russia, meaning it's a Russian city that's not in Russia. It's part of like Poland and Germany, kind of like if you're familiar with Michigan, there's part of Michigan that's not in Michigan, that's in Canada, right? So for you to go there, you have to go to Canada. Same thing. For you to go there to the Russian city, you have to cross like Germany, Poland, and then you're there. So Grandma chilling there right now, and we are here. Grandma came in clutch. Dude, Grandma changed the life for me, for my mom, for all of us, right? And still is. Like it's funny, well, I mean, she just turned 77 the other day, and we take care of her, right? But technically she takes care of us, right? As much as she can, right? Because she's not rich by any means, and none of those times she ever like found any like real like wealth to come up to real money, but she always saved enough to show her husband to like to her if there was help that we needed for like movements and stuff, like they were resourceful. But yeah, grandma there helping her out. She's the goat. Yeah, grandma is the goat for sure. Grandma is. That's right, because me and my mom had a little problems in the past 4 years. 3 years, me and my mom didn't really talk, and grandma was not happy about it. Either one of us. So yeah, I think you guys on to something. Grandma is still a boss, even though she's now like thousands and thousands of miles away on another continent. So, but yeah, if you need some motivation for the day, if you want to change your life, and you don't want to go back to wherever you are, your job, you don't want to go back to your place of living, listen to Grandma Larissa Popova. Made it here in the 90s. Now made it back to Russia. Had enough of influence on the people here. Is live done? Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up. I don't know if you just lost me, Mr. Kane, but yeah, I think it's enough of personal stories. If anybody wants to hear more about my grandma and anything else, yeah, let me know. If anybody is if anybody is more professional and in touch, oh, Gabriel, that's awesome. 101. Wow. My grandma lived in Russia for too long. I don't think she'll make it to 101, but man, we'll remember her for 101 years, that's for sure. Man, that's good times. I love it. I love it. Yeah, but grandma going strong though. You know what I mean? Like 77 still. I mean, all the women in my family are a little bit crazy and bipolar a little bit. Shout out to my mom. Oh, guys, I have an amazing story about my mom before I finish it up. Look, actually, I'm gonna finish it up. But guys, if whoever is in charge of the Handigan Open, or who is like, because Sire Brown mentioned it here, and whoever is more like about that, maybe Andy Beckett, whoever knows more information, please let me know. Obviously, I can do my own research, but if you like been there and if you know something. Let me text me. DM me the info and let's talk about it. Let's see if it's possible. And yeah, thinking of dates, yeah, for sure. That's something I'm interested in. So if you know about Heineken Open, let me know. I'm pretty sure I'm probably even saying it wrong. Um, guys, story about my mom, real quick. Uh, it's me, my mom, and my ex driving in the car, and man, I don't even know how to tell the story properly, but it goes back into making fun of everybody and English abilities, whatever. Me and my ex are talking about like whatever. We're talking about for some reason the subject goes about hookers, like prostitution and all that, right? And my mom chimes in or whatever, she says something, and she doesn't speak English for this, so she can whatever she can hear, understand, like we just I'm translating for all of them. And what are we talking about? And it's still the subject still being a hooker, right? And I'm like, so I told to my ex, well, it's okay. My mom can use a second job, and my mom was speaking no English at the time, like just really kind of gathering what she can understand, right? She heard me say that. And the way I said that, I got the quickest fucking in the back of my head, and she laughed. We all laughed because it was a terrible joke, but it's kind of funny at the time. But what was more funny that she didn't have no idea really what the conversation was about. Kind of, sort of, like no, she kind of understand. But then I say, "Mom, can use a second job." Oh boy, that all of a sudden, Mom speaks beautiful English, beautiful, understands me. There you have it. Sorry, constipated Devon. $499. I do appreciate you, Sir Jaden. Sorry you came in at the story about my mom. So, I'm sorry, Jaden. I feel like I kind of want to need to talk to you more. But you in my WhatsApp group, man. Speaking of guys, if any of you need trading motivation, trading advice, trading whatever. I had this paid group on WhatsApp, in which at some point we just stalled it, right? And people still, well, nobody really used it except for me. But now we're trying to get back on it. I'm trying to make sure Jaden posts in there, Brian LaFerriere posts in there, I post in there. So if you need to be part of something bigger, trading wise, you need somebody to run your ideas off. You need that chat to send stuff to, let me know. I have that WhatsApp group as right now, pretty much still keeping it open. Coming in, share your videos, give us some motivation. I'll give you some motivation. So we're talking about stuff, discussing it, ideas, just updates. So yeah, I know the reason to contact me. But I just wanted to call you gay, not calling your story gay. Well, either way, I think the story was fine. Calling me gay is fine too. Unless you're Adam Silver, then there's a discussion to be made there. Adam, who are you calling gay? All righty, fellers. I appreciate you, Gabriel. Tell your grandma I wish you a belated happy birthday. Jaden, I appreciate you for $4.99 super chat ski, and everybody else early, Andy and Sire Brown. Two things. If somebody can let me know about Handiger Open, just I don't know, something I need to know, don't need to know details, let me know. It gave us an E is like the N word without the heart. I can. I can. I'm out of here, guys. Let me know about the Handiger Open, and I'll see you later.